This is what a 2003 2UZ, so non-VVTi 4-speed. Okay, we've basically broken down the entire harness. We've removed all of the connectors, replaced any connectors that needed to be replaced. Okay, so all of your injector connectors, for example, have been replaced, but your coil connectors haven't. So we managed to recover those. These last a long time, they never really go bad. We've installed a skeletal structure into the harness, so it's pretty solid. You've got these brackets over here that bolted onto the motor, so it's, you know, these Toyota ones don't really last. EFI water temp sensor, you've got a secondary one over here, single pin, so this is for your instrument gauge, your instrument cluster for engine temperature. It comes down, splits off, this goes to your airflow meter, okay, and then it carries on down here and goes to your alternator. So this used to go through your sub harness. All of this has now been built into your actual engine harness. Okay, so you've mainly got just your starter motor harness and your main engine harness, and then from there it's pretty straightforward. So yeah, got an earth strap over here on the right hand side, and you've got your right hand O2 sensor. I need to plug those in. This is just a bridge harness because I'm not going to put your sub harness on, and you know, we've got a different connector. So you're basically just going to plug these two into your sub harness, okay, and then you will be all good to go. This side very much the same as the other side, except here you got your evap. Obviously that's been deleted from the ECU, but still functional. So if you do use it, great. If you don't, then it's not going to pull up any error codes. Coming around here, front cam sensor. You've got your aircon compressor clutch, comes down, goes to your crank sensor, goes to your oil pressure. So this is a switch. You get the bigger one, which is this is a switch unit. The bigger one is for a gauge, so it'll give you a variable resistance according to pressure. Pretty self-explanatory. Here you've got another bracket over there, and this all again has a structure in it, so it's not going to rub against anything. This will go in there, and you're just going to use a cable tie. Okay, we supply you all of that in your kit. So yeah, it wraps around, it doesn't rub on anything. Okay, bolted onto that cover over there, and then it goes up and basically back into the standard, the standard plastic housing. This side, same thing. You've got an earth strap. You've got your right-hand O2 sensor, which is over here. Okay, well, sorry, your left-hand O2 sensor. So that actually go around there. I'll plug that all in a moment. Comes down, goes to your transmission. Okay, so you've got your input speed sensor over there. See, this connector needs to be replaced. Input speed sensor. Okay, goes around here. You've got your temperature. You've got your neutral safety switch. Runs back, goes to your solenoids. You've got your output speed sensor. Continues on. This has now been reconfigured for your other transfer case. So there you've got your switches for your transfer case. You've got your 3-pin connector over here for vehicle speed and whatnot. Another switch for the transfer, and you have your actuator connector. Okay, so this will fit into the actuator that you put in your box. We'll send all of that back to you. Let's quickly come down here. Comes down, splits off, goes to your fuse box. Inside your fuse box you have engine light, start relay. You've got your fuel control relay, so the one will give you a negative for activating the current fuel system that you've got in the vehicle, and then you've got a positive output to supply that circuit. Okay, all of that documentation is in your forms over there, and if you've got any questions, you just give us a shout. And these two are obviously your EFI and main relay. You've got an engine light over there, and then obviously all your fuses. So coming out of here, you've got this, I think it's 12 gauge or whatever it is. This will go directly to your battery positive. That's the main power supply for the system. It goes through your gland, okay, through your firewall, comes down. There you've got your 5 ECU connectors. We'll plug all of that in a moment. You have a 4-pin connector over here for cruise control. You have a 12-pin connector over here for all of your transmission stuff, so that's your park, reverse, neutral drive, 432, all of that, or overdrive, all of that. You've got this 11-pin connector is for your everything to do with your transfer case. All of that documentation is in your folder. And then you've got this 10-pin connector over here, which is your main client plug. It'll give you all of the start, ignition, fuel, as well as everything that you need for your instrument cluster. So temperature, oil, engine light, and then obviously your aircon compressor. Clutch is also in that circuit. So yeah, I'll put on the airbox in a minute and then we'll give it a run. This is basically your client stuff. So you've got your 10-pin client plug. You have all the documentation on exactly how to connect all of that. Okay, you've got your hardware kit, your 4-pin connector for your cruise control. This is the document that's for your transfer case, specific for your vehicle. It'll tell you exactly how to connect everything. Okay, this is the transmission. So you've got this is the one that's going to give you a new park, reverse, neutral drive, all that good stuff. This is your patch harness, so this will plug straight into your accelerator pedal, give you your OBD2, and plugs directly into your engine harness. ECU, so this tag, we're still busy printing your tag. It's the same tag though. It's just this tag's been set up for a manual, and yours is obviously automatic, so we're busy correcting that. And then you have, so these cables, this is your sub harness, so that's going to basically plug into your engine harness with these two plugs. Okay, and then obviously to your knock sensors and to your starter motor. So that is the only harness really that you're going to be putting on, and then you've obviously got your main earths and stuff like that you're going to put on. Okay, so here's your old stuff that came out of that. I'm sending all this back because it's nice thick gauge. You're going to need one obviously for your alternator. Okay, so you've got the one, this is the original one for the alternator. You can reroute that however it's needed, and then you've got some additional there for earths or whatever you want to use it for. There's your actuator that you sent, your old ECU, so we'll send all of this stuff back to you. And that's about it. So yeah, let me get this airbox on, plug in your ECU, whatnot, and then we will give her a test run and do a DTC scan for you. Okay, so I've plugged in the air filter, or the airflow meter, basically plugged in your ECU. I've plugged in so this is actually not your harness that I've plugged in here. Same thing though, it's that extension harness. Reason being is because I'm using a different accelerator pedal. Okay, and I don't have a 2UZ pedal on hand at the moment. So yeah, and then these three remaining ones are just your transmission, your transfer case, and your cruise control. This 10-pin connector is obviously plugged into the start stand so that we can give her a run. And we'll move that over there. And then I've obviously plugged a scanner in here. We'll do a DTC scan and make sure that everything is functioning properly. I'm going to quickly, sorry, I forgot to put these earths on. I'm going to quickly do that and then we'll give it a run. So basically, lit up your earths, plugged in your O2 sensors on both sides, and yeah, let's give her a run. Yeah, I'm going to have to just prime the fuel. You can always tell when the fuel's primed on the top of your dampeners. You see you've got a little star screw. Don't ever turn that with the screwdriver, you'll break it off. But when your fuel pressure is up and you push it down, you can actually feel it's got a spongy effect to it. So yeah, let's give it. And so yeah, she runs great. You'll see when you switch your engine lights, when you switch your ignition on, that light will be on. If there's no DTCs, it'll switch off like the normal check engine light that you got in your vehicle. And there, yeah, that's about it. I hope that you enjoy it. She runs really good. So yeah, you should have no problems. If you've got any questions, please let us know.